I'm angry at many business professors, probably most business professors. And it's difficult for me to talk about this, but the basic idea of it, I'm angry because we focus on a single thing, and that is some arbitrary thing that we call success. And I'm going to tell you this, that I just don't think it actually matches up with reality. And the reason why I'm angry at most business professors is that we are sitting here teaching people that the only thing that matters is financial outcomes. And the only thing that matters in life is that you somehow get ahead at all costs. And this is deeply ingrained in almost all of the logic that we have. The fundamental logic that we have is that there is a single goal that we as a group of people, remember that's all businesses are, as a group of people and technology and maybe some culture and things, but we're pursuing a single interest. And the single interest is the only thing that matters. That the single interest, and above all, what we tend to think about is that single interest is financial interest, of actually doing better than what we did before. And I'm angry because in most of my life, I fell for that trap. And it's only been the last few years that I've been beginning to really realize, like, nope, that's not it. That is clearly not the end goal. Because most of the things in my life that matter are not financial outcomes. And they never have been. It's not been the end goal. In the fact that the more that I pursue financial outcomes, the more that I make terrible decisions and the more miserable that I actually feel. It's only when I say screw you to the rest of the world. It's only when I say I'm okay with who I am and I can pursue all of these other things, or, that there's somebody that I actually care for that I think about. I'm going to take a little bit of time to talk to them, or send a text message to somebody that costs money to do this. It costs resources to do this, but to send somebody a text message and to say, hey, are you doing okay? Are you feeling good at this moment? And these little things, there's no financial benefit of any of this stuff because I don't plan on benefiting from that. I think it's kind of silly to think I'm going to benefit from any of those kind of actions. I think that would be distasteful. But I'm going to look at people around me. I'm going to think about, hey, I am going to try to make you feel better. And that is my own goal. Because when I see that I feel better inside in those moments where I am thinking about winning and getting to the top and success, there are those moments when I feel the worst. They're the moments where I start thinking like everybody else has it better than me. Those are the moments where I don't stop and I realize, hey, look at how privileged I actually am to be part of something. And for me to think about this, the more I realize none of the things that matter, none of the things that make me feel good, none of that is part of this logic of success and getting to the top. All of that is just, to be honest, I don't believe it anymore. I've read so much. The whole infrastructure, all we read about and all we sort of think about in the business world, in all the highfalutin business professors that exist, they have this sort of basic idea that everything is geared towards performance and getting there. But I often think about, who is that talking about? What are we talking about here? It's often neglecting many individuals in society that never think about that, and they don't care to, they don't choose to, and they're perfectly healthy. Or there's people that can't think about that, and they're perfectly healthy as well. I think this idea that we are somehow pursuing success and that we are thinking about the only thing where I'm going to enlighten myself and to feel good about myself, and the only thing that matters is to build a bigger building. Golly, I'm really angry about this. I'm angry about the fact that we teach this. I'm angry at the fact that this is like the predominant story. That is part of research. And trust me, I've read so much. This is like such an important part of what I actually do. And all of the models and ideas are about how to get ahead. And the moments where you stop and you say, what the hell? None of this stuff matters in my life. None of it. And it's only when I think about how to get ahead, or I think about these things, and when I feel terrible about myself, when I stop and I say, how can I encourage people? How can I get up and feel good about myself? That requires fundamentally different things than this sort of success and get ahead and all of that kind of nonsense stuff, which is deeply ingrained in our profession. All the professors, most of them, many of them, are about getting ahead. That's part of the culture of what we do. If you're in a business school, you will feel it. But is that really the thing that we should be pursuing? I want you to stop around and look at all the people that actually have done well, that actually are succeeding, and not just succeeding on the fact that they're succeeding on these metrics that you might think about, but they're happy, that they feel good about themselves, that they can smile, that they're playful, that all of these things that you would consider, this is good, kindness, it's often not what you're thinking about. It's really not. Now, there is a bare minimum that I would love for you to do, and in terms of financial stability, living below your means, investing in index funds, taking some basic financial literacy courses, but none of the scammy stuff that's out there. But, those, besides that, those are very simple things to do. The most of it, man, people live perfectly happy lives without success and succeeding. And you know what? Here's the thing that's the damnedest thing, is that just as you get older, just as you just progress, success just happens. Now, is that success, or is that just age? Is that just actually growing up, or people recognizing that you have grown up? That's the more important thing. This idea that there is success, come on, let's get beyond this. I think we could do better. I think we really need to start opening up and saying, what is it that makes everybody happy? And it's not success. It just isn't. You're not going to feel fulfilled. You're not going to feel good. If I talk to you about success and I go down that road, you're going to feel like garbage. But if I tell you, hey, you're doing fine. Life's pretty tough. I completely understand where you are at this moment. We got to get back up. We got to get going. We got to try every day. But some days you're not going to be successful, and that is totally fine. Some days you are going to feel like you're behind. That's totally fine. But the one thing I want you to remember is just be easy on yourself. Be good to yourself. Be good to other people. That is a different thing. How does that make you feel? It's fundamentally different. I want you to think about that. Let's get going. All right. Take care.